When you're logged into the site, you can now begin the process of finding prospects for your program. The first place I want you to look is in the showcase section of the website. When I click on showcases and then I click on the watch a showcase button, this will take me to a list of showcases that have happened. All of our showcases will be categorized by season so that you can see the 2012-2013 season, 2013-2014 season. All of that will be updated and categorized as we continue to move information from the old website over to the new website. But any showcase that's taken place within the past year, you have access to that information immediately on the new site. So I've got my list sorted from the most recent showcase all the way down to the beginning of last year. I'm going to click on the Austin, Texas Scout Regional Showcase event. And there's a couple of important things I want you to look at when you go to the showcase site. All you have to do is click on the play button in the middle and the video will begin streaming. If you want to watch the video in HD, you have those options here. If you click on the change quality button, you can take it all the way up to 1080p, which means it's going to be a higher resolution. It's going to require a little bit faster internet connection, and you can pull that up and click on this button if you want to watch it full screen. You can do that very easily. The video will look good. You'll see a little bit more if you're able to do that. As you watch the video, there's a couple of things to note. The player's name, her graduation year, and her position that she's playing will show up every time that she shows up on camera. While she's playing defense, it will note the current position that she's playing. When she's hitting, it might note a couple of different positions that we've seen her at, so that you can go back and remember that's the third baseman we liked who's hitting the ball well now. So it gives you that information as you're watching so that you have information. If you like a player at any point during the showcase, all we have to do is come down and click on their name and their personal report will pull up. If you're interested in seeing other players and not restarting the video, I recommend hitting the command or the control button when you select a player's name. That way when you go to their page, let's say I click on Cameron Barnes, she pops up in a new window. I can view all of her information and then go back to the showcase if I'd like to. A lot of coaches will use this function to command or control click on a player's name as they like them during the showcase, and then they can go back and look at individual reports after they've watched a 25 to 30 minute video of 30 or 40 players. So if you look at the roster that's built, a couple of things that you can do to make it easier to find players, depending on if you have a specific need or not. If you're going alphabetically, it's easy. It's already sorted by name. You can click on the name. It'll sort them from it'll sort them descending or ascending, alphabetically. I can click on the state. If this was an event that had players from several different states, you could find players from your state. I can click on graduation year and it'll sort that. And any of these other columns I could click on. If I wanted to see who the pitcher with the best velocity was there, I could see that Caitlin Bowles was throwing 60 miles per hour that day during the workout. So I have that information at my fingertips if I'd like it. So to find players here, you're watching the video and you're able to click on their reports. Now let's talk about a couple of other ways that you're able to find players on the actual video. A lot of times players who don't have premium video are going to email you instructions on their start times defensively and their starting times as a hitter. Let's say that I'm a shortstop who's emailing a coach and I don't have premium video. I might ask you to watch me in the Austin Scout Regional, and I might tell you that my defense shows up at 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the video. All you have to do to find that player is click on the scroll bar here, slide over to 5 minutes and 15 seconds, and up will pop the player who emailed you requesting to watch you play. Here you see Morgan McCollum show up at 5 minutes, 15 seconds, so you can watch her defensive work. And let's say that she also lets you know that she was hitting at 28 minutes and 10 seconds. All I have to do is grab the bar, slide it over, and a few seconds later, I'm at 28 minutes and 10 seconds, and I'm watching a player who showed interest in me. Here I see Anastasia Levis hitting at 28 minutes and 10 seconds. A lot of players will give this information to you so that you can more easily find them within the system. If a player has a premium video, which will show them from an extra angle defensively that will show their arm strength, and it will show an additional angle of them hitting, they will have this represented by the blue play button under the roster. While the video continues to play, if I like the player, I could come down, click on this, and a new window pops up, and their video immediately starts playing. So here I see the standard angle, that we see every player from. And if I come over just a little bit, now I'm going to see the shortstop angle where I can see her arm strength a little bit more, so I can really gauge her accuracy and see her from a different angle defensively and see how the ball travels. From her hitting standpoint, I'll see the normal angle here from the side for a few swings, and then it will move over to the angle where we're seeing where the ball's traveling, so you can judge spin. You can look at her from a different angle to see how well she's staying inside the ball from behind the catcher's point, and you can really just get a feel for how far the ball's traveling or how hard the ball's jumping off of her bat. Or if you're looking at a player from the side, sometimes it's tough to determine, are they pulling everything? Are they hitting the ball the other way? What are they doing? So that gives you another opportunity to evaluate the player a little bit more detailed. Towards the end of every player's video on Premium, you'll get to see them run too, so that in case you're wondering just how they look athletically or physically, just gives you something else. Once you're done with that video, you click out of it, you can go right back in, and your video is still playing. So those are the easiest ways to find players through showcases. If I go back to the showcase page, there's a couple of different things to look at from watching a showcase. As I go back here through date, you'll notice a regional showcase is workout footage. We do play games at regional showcases so that we get a full scope on what a kid can do, but regional showcases are for workout combine style type events. National showcase events, like you'll see here in Houston, Texas on December the 29th, you'll see that we have game footage here. You'll see the rosters built out. You'll see that there's no premium video from anyone at a national showcase, but if I click on the button here and start the video, you'll notice that we're going to have game footage that pops up of players so that you're able to see players in workout situations and against top competition in game settings as well. During the summer this year, we'll play nothing but games. We'll play about 30 or 40 games that will show up on the website, from the national showcases to All-American this summer, so that you'll have a host of new games to look at almost on a weekly basis. 4 or 5 new games coming to the site where you're able to see players that you know a lot about, but now you're able to see them in competition and other settings. And that's a basic view of how the showcase system works and how to find players in showcases and the difference between regional and national events.